This is the backstage video for The Reckless Youth. I'm Dara Sloan.
Wheatley Do It.
This is Wheatley Do It. We're going to be talking about the film, talking about the cast. We chose to do this video because of the amount of letters, the amount of emails that we've been getting, from fans and, those other people who send those horrible letters. Those, I think, who got the worst of those? Kieran, was it?
Yeah.
I think he got a few marriage proposals as well. That was just.
Which could be the worst.
I mean, he got some free rings. He got some free rings. I wish I got that.
He's making a ball from this.
Yeah. No, he sent them back. He knows. He knows the score. All right, we're gonna be talking about the cast. What do you think of Kieran?
Kieran, he's got a lot of talent.
He has.
Enthusiasm.
He's enthusiastic. He's the best wrestler of us, and because of his background in martial arts films, he's been teaching us more than the actual on-set trainer. I mean, that trainer.
Been, crucial in
Yeah.
planning any fight scenes or any.
Yeah. Actually, all fight scenes were.
It's been, that's him.
Yeah.
Anything fight scenes, that's Kieran.
He's written them. He gave me notes on how to direct them, which otherwise they wouldn't have even looked half as good.
Yeah.
I mean, when the finished product of The Reckless Youth comes out, you'll see. It's a polished performance. It really is. He tried to combine. What was he said? Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
Tried to combine those.
Good elements of wrestling.
Yeah, with wrestling, he had to work around the fact that the story was based on wrestling, and we were all wrestlers, and that's what we loved. But he made it better than any of us had
I
hoped.
never imagined that it could be like
Yeah.
fight scenes.
Yeah, I mean, I thought
Be
it'd
so
be
well choreographed.
a few body slams here and there or something, but Gene, he took it way above any
Instead,
level.
it just gives something easy.
We didn't know what we were in for with that.
Yeah.
And
He's a loose cannon.
yeah, well, he does his own thing, but he is,
Yeah.
he's one of our, he's one of
He's
ours.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's one of our own. Now, Andy, I'd like to say, if you think about Andy, he has an ego problem, I would say. The way he thinks he's a better director than me. Now, I'm not saying I'm better than him. I'm not saying he's better than me, but I don't think any director is better than any other director. I think that they're different. Two different directors have two different styles. I mean, who's better, John Woo or Alfred Hitchcock? They're very different styles, and they're very diverse. Use of devices is very noticeable. But you can't pick a favorite. Well, at least I wouldn't anyway. Do you have anything to say about Andy?
And he's a good director. And I think
He is
he had
good.
a lot to it, and this kind of mellow character.
Yeah,
that was needed.
it
Level
was.
head in the film.
Yeah,
He's you got a lot of loose cannon.
yeah.
Kieran.
He's the
with his
grounder,
character.
kind of. Yeah.
Even me as well.
Mm. He brought kind of stability. The story, some people would say, oh, that's very unrealistic. But the character of Andy was mostly, I would say, well, it was based on another ex-member of the cast, Vincent, who dropped out for reasons unknown, maybe because of the band he's in now, Kane. I've been playing a lot of gigs and getting, they've gone big time, as they say. Maybe he thought that this was just some pet project for him to begin with anyway. A favour to me. I mean, I couldn't sign him to a contract because I didn't have any, because I'm in between lawyers at the moment because of what my lawyer did to me and, well, to everyone in the group, because he embezzled some money from our account. Well, not some money, all of it, which is why The Reckless Youth had to be shot on an almost zero budget.
I think maybe he thought as well that he's big time. He's used to big.
There,
The
it's in
script
place.
is there, people just aren't there.
And we have to.
You took how long that script?
I mean, it took a few months,
A
you
few
know.
months in that script, and then when it came down to it, that time wasn't right, and people
Yeah.
weren't hearing.
Yeah,
So you just have to shoot, basically.
yeah. We just had to make do with what we had, you know. So Andy, he could never really, I think, as an actor, fill the shoes of Vincent, because he was the kind of tried and tested, um, friend of the group, and we've known him for many years. And at first, there was some hostility, wasn't there?
Yeah.
I mean, I greeted him with open arms, obviously, but if only the rest of the group did, they were playing cards, and they wouldn't, in between shooting, they were playing cards. I think it was Chinese poker or something, and they wouldn't let him play, and it was just.
He didn't really need it.
He didn't need that. I mean, he's been paid to do a job. Yeah. Because of the busy schedule we have, this is all microwave food that I make in the morning, and we drive up to whatever location we're shooting at, and we, I just eat them. Do you,
Junk food, basically.
yeah, it's all junk. We've all been falling apart. I've been living off protein drinks, ready-made protein drinks, I might add, not high quality stuff. Do you want to say a few words about, Doyle?
At times, he's...
Unreliable is an understatement, Doyle. I think he has some kind of personal issues. He doesn't sleep for days at a time, and he'd come in and he'd fall asleep, and he kind of shouts in his sleep and all. That's weird, like. But I offered to ask the on-set counselor if he needed any spiritual guidance or anything like that. He didn't avail. I can't force him. He can't.
What can you do, The whole thing was, he was another person who really could have, might have wanted to look longer for another part, for another person to fill that part. But we really, we ran out of time.
Yeah. Plus, he's one of the few people who would actually, take the part for the pay that we were offering.
I mean, it's not a huge part in the length of what he's, how many scenes he's in.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's important.
He's just, I don't want to call him a weirdo, because he's a friend, but.
I could have said no the guy so long, so.
Yeah, but let's just leave it at that. Tell them about it.
She's a big shot because she gets all the...
Sarah's so talented, She's such a great actress. But she's another person who's, unreliable. I mean, the female role is so, it's so crucial in the film. It's so important.
Yeah,
and
the female
it's so
role.
hard to get, the female that would want the part for the pay, and they'd be willing to, and able to do that role, which she was, and she was, I just didn't understand why she wanted to do it exactly. I didn't understand her motives for wanting to do the film, and she basically begged you to do it.
She did. I have to
Begged
actually
you to do it.
rewrite the script. When initially at the auditions, me and Kieran auditioned everyone, and we had to audition even models, who had no background in acting at all, because no actress would do the part, because it was written by me, by a man, because female actors these days, unless it's written by a woman, they won't do it. It's supposed to be girl power. I see it as sexism. I'm sorry, I think it's very sexist attitude, that a man can't write a woman's part.
Yeah.
And Sarah, she did it. I mean, after I wrote the whole thing with only seven fellas, she said, no, put a girl in there, it needs a girl, and I knew it needed a girl. There was no magic, there was no spark, and that's what she added to it. And I put her in, I rewrote everything. I mean, I gave her almost a starring role.
Yeah.
I mean, it was.
I mean, you know, she's the lead female role.
Yeah, she only female role.
The only female role in the film.
There is an extra female in there, but
You know,
one second part is nothing.
it's nothing compared to that role she had.
And I was actually reluctant to write it because I wrote such a deep character. I wasn't sure if she had the ability to act it out, but I mean, she shocked us all, didn't she?
Yeah,
And
it's shocked us.
in the audition, I remember.
And it's just like, you know, this is it, you know, this is like she is the character, you know. Maybe she is. Kind of evil, you know.
Yeah, she kind of
Temptress.
yeah, she prepared for the role well, and she did it well. But her reliability, as well as, I mean, in comparison to Doyler's not. This girl, she's not. She just, you ring her house. I mean, I ring her house and there's no answer. At 9 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock at night, 6 o'clock, anytime. No answer. I've only ever gotten through to her once. She just kind of comes down when she wants, and she'll ring me, you know. I don't know what she does in her spare time. Where is she all day? You know, what does she do? She's not making enough money to live off this film. You know, no one is. This is purely for the, you know, the art side, and
I mean,
as a
yeah.
favour to me as well.
I mean, you know, the thing about her is she could have taken a bigger role, more money, you know. She saw this role had, this is special.
She was offered
This is a special film.
yeah. She was offered a role in the film that I can't mention. I don't have clearance, but Angelina Jolie.
It's just it's a big role, you know.
Yeah, it was big. Angelina Jolie is taking the role now. She won an Oscar for Girl Interrupted, and Sarah was offered a part, and she refused to do this film for a fraction of the pay. And you have to admire that. You have to admire the fact that she was willing to sacrifice a lot. Now, she
It's
could
a promise.
she could be more reliable, but
You know, she spotted that this film had promise, you know, has very cult status, and you know, she took a chance on it, and hopefully now it'll pay off.
yeah, I hope that's answered everyone's questions on the cast. And I got an email from a Spanish girl. She's trying to, you know, make her way into the acting world, and she was asking me, how did I prepare for the role of Dara? How, like, what did I do? Did I train in wrestling or anyway? So tell them what you've done to
Well,
prepare.
I've never really had, you know, I've always been, you know, interested in wrestling and martial arts, but never to the extent that I train. So a lot of time was put into training, and you know, we had to prepare for months before this. The Kieran trains, you know, because Kieran is really he's really into, you know, everything martial arts, wrestling.
He was really hard on us as
boxing.
well, yeah.
And it was hard, you know, that was probably the toughest thing, the whole thing, actually physically training, physically getting ready for, you know, for scenes. Because, you know, when I came up the first day, I didn't know what was in store. I didn't expect what, you know, the training you have to go through. And, you know, the risks we're going to take. We got to take risks, you know.
We have to
not
learn.
only when making a film like a small, you know, budget, but, you know, risk with your life.
Well, we have to learn how to spread our weight evenly,
Yeah.
distribute it evenly when we fail, because jumping off the house. In fact, Kieran taken it one step too far, in my opinion. But I had to. What could I do? I wasn't there at the time, but he had everyone else in the cast jumping off the house onto only 2 mattresses. You know, I mean, that's just downright dangerous. Someone could puncture a kidney. If someone missed the mattresses, it wasn't like the mattresses were spread out there 2 on top of each other. I mean, all the part required was a few people jumping off the wall and the shed. You know, the shed isn't even half the height of the house as you've seen in the film.
That was still the, you know, physical preparation for the film was probably the toughest
Yeah.
part, one of the toughest parts.
Well, for me, to prepare for the film, I went to a lot of bars, and I got in a lot of fights. I found out what it was like to be in the heat of battle. You know, to have the adrenaline rush and have to act. Excuse me. I have to act on that very quickly and very instinctively and impulsively.
I think the thing about my character is that it shows glad that the character is, you know, there's a lot of parts that are me. A lot of things that are true to me. And that's why I think, you know, I was able to work with the character well. You know, maybe more concentrate on physical preparation rather than mental.
Yeah, with the exception of Andy, every character was written for the actor that would play it.
Yeah. And that's what we asked for, you know, I asked for a character that was, you know, egomaniac, some would
Yeah.
say. Which was originally Kieran,
Yeah.
you know, but, you know, we went through and we thought that it would probably be best for the character.
Like in many of your other films.
situation.
Yeah, in many of your other films, you have been the egomaniac.
Yeah.
And some people say you're typecast, but
Ah.
in this, you're not an out-and-out egomaniac.
No.
Originally, Kieran was an egomaniac. He was just an out-and-out egomaniac in the film. His character, sorry. But Wheatley Good here asked me if he could do it. And he gave me a few pointers. And I auditioned them, you know, evenly.
I think we all agreed, including Kieran, that
Yeah,
it would be better.
Kieran agreed that you were the best choice because he's fair himself and he knows that it's to him, and to all of us hopefully, it's not what we want, it's what's best for the film. You know, it's what's best for the overall project. We've all put in, I would say, my heart and soul has gone into it anyway.
Oh,
You know?
you know, this has been described as your baby.
We were on the set of The Reckless Youth, and you can see the gorgeous weather we were ready to shoot, but Andy, Kieran, Doyler, they didn't bother turning up, who knows why. Kieran's probably dead or something.
Like Saturday night as we speak.
Yeah.
Right as we're here now.
As usual.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mention her because she's never here.
She is coming out altogether. Like it's nearly
Yeah.
quite impossible. Like,
What's, like, everyone's working on their own projects and their own films.
yeah, like I was taking off Knock on Quill for a different project. I managed to get it filmed, finished there, and had a cameo walk-on appearance.
You were supposed to have not a leading role around, but co-starring.
At least,
And-
but due to unforeseen circumstances, I had to just take a cameo.
That whole prison deal. Tax evasion. I don't want to mention anything about your personal life there. Evasion. I say evasion. And I'm not even sure if we're going to get the Reckless Youth finished because people aren't turning up. You know, these two suave mother freakers are the only ones who ever bother coming at all. I mean,
then, we don't always have a lot of time to come down, even us.
no. I mean, there's a lot of things, a lot of scenes were shot where this guy here is just talking to thin air, and then the next shot I have, you know, Bob talking to thin air, and then I have to paste them together as if they're talking to each other. I mean, it's weird, but it's a job.
Could be seen as a feature, but
Yeah.
It had to be done. It's the only way we could have done it.
Maybe hopefully it'll be taken as artistic.
it should be finished by now. It is possible to have it done, but
Should have been finished a long time ago. Ah, here she is.
yes. There you go.
We weren't talking about you behind your back.
Gee, thanks.
So what's your excuse this time?
I was on set.
On set where?
Oh, you know where.
You weren't on set.
I wasn't.
I was on set all
I
day
was
long.
on set.
I was on set
I
all
was
day
on
long.
set.
Okay, that's
This is
nobody was
right
on set
here,
because we don't have a set.
This is a two-bit operation.
This is-
It's like this is totally.
I had to get rid of your trailer. Do you know that?
What?
Your trailer's gone.
Why?
Because you're never here. You're never
I
in the
am
trailer.
here. I am here.
Oh, he's
I got your
renting
light
it
bulbs.
out, you know.
Well, McCormick has your trailer.
I've got your light bulbs around the mirror.
And
I told her now, like, you know,
Mirror
yeah,
stuff.
Yes, I fucking do. You don't wear makeup.
You know.
Not on camera,
We don't
it
know
doesn't.
about that.
you know, like,
I have to look the best I can possibly look. I need those light bulbs. Those light bulbs are
Well,
needed.
Let me tell you, you'll need
Well,
more
I
of a
don't-
mirror.
They
for
cost
it.
60p
He
each.
took-
You know that?
you know,
How
he
many
took
did you
the
take?
light
How many did you take?
I do what?
5. Well, you owe me 5 times 60.
He took the light bulbs, you know,
Three
but more
pounds.
important might be the mirror, you know, enjoy having my trailer in it. Because I thought it might be
Alright,
more
just
important
calm
to mess
down.
around it.
Listen, I'm on my light bulb in the first place. Like.
Huh?
Probably my light bulbs in the first place.
I'd say so.
Yeah, what happened
A
to all
couple
the
of
stuff you bought?
them went
Yeah.
missing there.
They mysteriously wind up in my
No, I'll
people's
have to
trailers.
admit that we all kind of raided his water cooler because
Sandwiches and that.
his
Water lemons.
yeah, his water lemons, we all took them from his cooler. It was funny.
It was a laugh.
We just didn't really eat them. We just kind of smashed them. This is, do you know where Andy, Kieran, or Doyle are?
I haven't got the longest. Don't know.
I was talking to Kieran there not so long ago, and he says he'd be definitely be around next coming week. But
Where's
He's been
where's
saying
Bob?
that for the last couple of weeks.
where's that?
Where's Bob?
Oh no, I haven't got my hands on Bob now. He's
Scare
off
him.
in the South Pacific or something.
I mean, you think he's a high, he's just a softie in real life. I mean, you see him on camera, he's all pumping iron and that. He's a weed. He is, like, I'm not being bad. Like, I mean, you see him. Just kinda- What was that night he asked you to go in and kill that spider and all? Janie Mac, you know, just use the shower, Janie. And I mean, he was kind of almost, I wouldn't say almost crying with Janie. He was
He
whining.
was panicked though. He was panicked.
Because like, oh, I don't want to kill it. You killed it. Oh, you know, it's God's creature. It's a religious nut, that guy.
Did you ever see the shrine in his room?
The what?
The shrine in his room.
Scary, nearly.
Ah, bit creepy now.
I don't step in there. That's just.
Almost scared.
No, he brought me into like kill the spider and saw it like this. I was freaked out, you know.
Yeah, right.
Candles everywhere and all, yeah.
That's all you were doing in his room. Don't know what you're laughing at.
What were you doing in his room?
Sneaking Playboy models in the trailer.
Don't go there. So Dara, what do you think is your favourite scene? The whole thing.
In the film?
Yeah.
Or I'm kicking your ass.
Yeah, shut up. Shut up.
My
That never
favorite.
happened.
My favorite scene. I don't know. Gee, it would probably be where I'm walking down the road, almost crying, thinking about how much I miss Kieran.
Because you're such a wuss.
Stop that. because it was my idea, because everyone said it'd be crap and I did it anyway,
Yeah, and you still look like a pussy.
and it worked out the best.
You pussy.
Emma McCormick, do you want to make any official comments on the whole
Yeah.
Melissa affair?
the sex shocker?
Sex shocker is absolutely 100% not true. I was never in Malibu Beach at that time. I was auditioning for a movie in Chicago. It was a little movie called Gone 60 Seconds. I did not make it because the scandal broke within
Can we
24
please,
hours.
can we not talk about Gone
Ran-
60 Seconds?
Just because you put
Please?
it down and it turned out to be
Him
a killer of a film.
in the rock.
Plus, I mean, it's not like you were going to be it's not like you're better than Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
I am better than Angelina Jolie. She's a
Ah,
fucking
You have the
whore.
luxury of
She's a
turning
whore.
down.
I haven't
Castle
have
Rock.
spoken to her in
No,
person.
she is a whore. She is a whore.
At the-
Well, that's
remember that
hearsay.
gal that we were on?
I met her. I met
That's
her at
hearsay.
auditions, and
Yeah.
I found she was actually very nice.
She was.
She was.
And very professional.
She was very professional. Yes.
And she was right for the rock.
She was not. I was right for the wrong.
Nah,
I was right
that's,
for the
that's
role.
hearsay, you know. You turned it down.
It's conjecture.
I believe Sarah was right for role, but Angelina Jolie, her name cannot be besmirched.
Yeah.
She's a fine one.
Better looking than you, anyway.
Fuck off. And who was on the cover of Vogue? Not you.
I was on the cover of News Weekly.
Yep.
News
Vogue. I was on
News.
Vogue.
Crime.
News Weekly.
I was
Vogue
on
isn't a real
Vogue.
magazine, anyway.
It is
USA
a real
Today.
magazine.
Newsweek.
USA Today.
Well, the cover of Time magazine has still to ask me, you know, to be on.
I think it's coming
To
true.
me.
I think it's just in the post or something.
The cover of Time beckons me.
It's
It
got,
will.
especially after this, you know.
Yeah.
It's in the post. You know how it is. Postal service.
I blame the postal service. Graduation, wedding, college, ching 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 ching.
Think I gotta say that my favourite scene is for the arson. Yeah, Colin say.
Smash through the table thing.
Smash through
Oh,
tables.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like
A
that
lot
scene.
of feeling, you know. You really see the.
And actually, what you don't see is that that table had to be sawn because for about 5 takes, he threw him through, and it just didn't break.
Didn't go through.
He's just
Didn't go
getting
through, it was
whiplash and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Because you're such a pussy.
Excuse me?
Shut up, shut up.
Should have.
She's lagging me.
She's not. She's only there.
That's the second time actually.
Does anyone want some water out of the cooler?
Yeah.
Yeah, want some more.
Yeah, give me some. Let's go. Yeah, give me some water. So
It was a good scene.
you're still kind of mad at me, eh?
Wouldn't say that now.
Just
Wouldn't say that.
actually.
What would you say? If you're not mad at me, why? Man with the
Where's
water.
me water?
See, this is what it's like, you know. This is what it's like when no one's here, and you know, when everyone.
The atmosphere is kind of dead, you know.
It's kind of just sleep.
Ah, yeah. I've only got 2 hands. Yeah. I turn off the water.
See, when we're coming so close to the end of the film, you know, there's a lot of hostility between us, you know.
No, we've been
we're
spending
under
so much
tension.
time together, you know.
We're under pressure. Yeah, maybe not you. You haven't been here much.
I have been here.
I don't know.
I have been here.
Wouldn't say that.
I tried my best, you know. I've got a busy schedule. It's hard to fit you in.
What
you
is your
know.
schedule? What do you do all day?
Right.
Yeah.
Vogue.
One shoot.
There's
one
Vogue.
shoot,
That took 3 days.
3 days.
That took 3 days.
One
I had to
picture?
go over to California,
And it was a
do
crap
an
picture as
audition
well.
for.
You
I
looked
had to do an
terrible in it.
audition for
You
Cosmopolitan.
looked terrible in it.
I do not look terrible.
You do.
You look.
I looked good.
USA Today.
Do you say I look fat? Do you say I
A
look
tad.
fat?
A tad.
You didn't. He's only nice.
Thank you very much.
How come you're being so nice to her, Alison?
So I have to give a word of
No, no.
mention to Joseph, our screen manager and sound production.
Yeah, Joseph Davis.
We wouldn't be able to do it without him.
Where is
This
Joe?
is for you.
If I had an award right now, I'd be congratulating him and stuff.
He's setting words all over the place. A son of Huggy Bear.
Remember, Keanu Reeves mentioned him in the Golden Globes.
That was decent though.
That was touching.
Yeah.
That one.
It was.
Yeah, so he's a loser.
Stop that. He's an old man. It's just. And his
His time's over, you know.
his
He
Jewish
is trying his best though. He
yeah
is
his
trying
his
best.
Jewish background kind of
No, I think he's kind
He-
of bastard though.
he's just, you know what I mean, he's just he's everyone's friend.
He's trying.
Like you can't eat a corned beef sandwich or something like that in front of him because he gets all Bible quoting and stuff like
I thought he was Irish now.
Changed
No.
again?
Huh?
He changed?
He's Jewish.
No, I thought he was Irish now.
I did see him with his skinhead in town.
You saw him with the little plait in the back of his head, yeah.
He's Jewish. Believe me.
Everyone's friend.
He's always going, oi, you know, he's definitely Jewish.
Yeah.
Oh,
Plots.
Comic and so on and so forth.
Speaking of which, like, what religion are you anyway?
I have no religion. Stop
Then
believing that.
don't badmouth his one.
Well,
With all
actually,
the well-meaning
I
words that
do
don't
do a bit of the
follow
Wiccan
through,
now, you know.
It don't work out in real life. What?
I do Wiccan now. For a while.
She does.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
Is that what you're doing when you're supposed to be here, yeah?
Don't discuss myself, you know. Is that right?
Yeah, it's actually not.
I wish you could just fly here a little soon on your broomstick.
As you can see, the morale has dropped.
Yeah.
You're sitting around here
Maybe,
just
maybe the
drinking
weather.
water.
Maybe the weather, I don't know. The fact that we can't film anything. You know, because there's no
Morale
one
is
here to
down.
film.
What's your favourite scene in films here?
Basically the blue line and he's not.
Who?
No over me.
Boy, do you want to name one in particular for the letters that you've been getting?
Your introduction scene, you know, that's pretty
She's a
good.
big shot because she gets all the most fun there.
She does.
Maybe. You know, you.
See,
I
that's
mean,
what Vogue does for you. Give it.
I don't think it's Vogue. It's, you know.
People
you're the
read
female-
Vogue.
You're the female role.
People
You're the
read
only
Vogue.
All right, look, we've heard enough of your posts.
And nobody reads Newsweek.
USA Today. You
Mm,
know.
I don't read Newsweek.
It's really
I don't
popular,
read
gotta say.
Newsweek.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Newsweek is a
Surprise.
fine magazine. Vogue.
Just shut up, right? We heard. We know. We know. We'll be cutting that last bit out about him talking. That's stupid.
Shut up.
Are you ever gonna get on or what?
Or what?
Are you ever gonna get on with your training or what? 'Cause you never do.
Right about it. It's hard, you know. What am I supposed to do? There's no one even here. What's the point of training if we're not going to film it?
You're just too weak, is that it?
Weak. Yeah, everybody's giving this crap to the whole
Look
thing.
at you, look at you. Where's your,
Give me a break here.
where's your neck muscles?
The hell are you talking about? Just because you got a bigger role than me.
Oh, bro. They should have the biggest role.
Yeah, Kieran shows up through the whole film.
Aaron doesn't show me, but
He shows up. You know he's better than me in the film.
he's not.
He is.
He's not.
He is.
Look,
Thank
You
you.
cried in the film.
everyone is the same.
You're a wuss. You're a crybaby. Kieran never cried.
It was
Kieran
acting,
showed
alright?
you his
It's
boss.
artistic.
It's not artistic. It's just you being a wuss. Kieran was the best in New York. And you can't take it.
Who are you to call me a wuss?
Who am I to call you a wuss? Oh, that's the way it is.
It is the way it
That's
is.
the way it is.
Your water privileges
Don't call me
have
a
been
wuss,
cut.
alright?
You get this straight, alright? Kieran was twice the role you were. You might have had the big role, the good guy in the film, but everybody knows that Kieran could have filled that role, no problem.
I got the main role because I was the best for it, alright?
Yeah, you wrote it, so you get the main role. Yeah, that's the way it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the way it is.
that's the way it is.
Don't talk to me.
Oh, yeah?
Just sit down.
Not going to
Lads,
intercede.
lads, down,
The camera.
down.
Yeah, well, I don't think we can even talk about it.
These kind of things flare up and then you scroll back down again. Let's see, there's split shit. Obviously me and Terry don't get along due to forces in the past.
He's a mom.
Plus I'm a mom.
She's
And now there's another kind of rift here. Director, actor. Prima donna. Kinda
Look, I'm sorry, dude, right? I'm sorry. This last hit. I'm sorry.
that is maturity and manhood.
We've been through a lot, you know, in this one. This is, you know, we're under a lot of pressure.
I'm
You
sorry.
know,
I'm sorry.
You know, sorry, you know, these things, they break, you know, when we're under pressure and we can't film, you know. Maybe
It's
it's,
just
maybe it's the heat, you know.
Yeah, there's 4 people missing. The sun's in our face, just, you know. I'm up all night editing, you know, putting in soundtrack, you know, getting Mark to write the original scores, you know. Mark McNally, he's written all the songs for the Reckless Youth. All of them are copyrighted as well. You know, I mean, he's got his lawyer, you know. I don't have,
T-shirt sales should be up soon.
yeah, well,
Have to get a bit of revenue from them.
that's just, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it because, Shani Mac, I mean, what's it gonna say, you know, the Reckless Youth, it's not finished, you know.
I have some poster designs ready.
Yeah,
I'd get them to the print workshop.
yeah, well,
Yeah, fill up our day with the evidence out there.
You know, we're getting a lot of hits at recklessyouth.com.
yeah. See,
Getting a lot of hits there.
Right, so there's some sponsors for that website actually,
Yeah.
so yeah.
We're organising on www.geocities.com/the Reckless Youth.
If anyone wants to go on and see that, yeah.
Hell of a lot. We're getting a lot of hits there.
That's your
You can
notebook,
see
by
the
the way.
popularity of it.
We are becoming bigger though. We are becoming
This
bigger.
is becoming more than just a little cult here. This is mainstream we're breaking into.
I don't know about that.
You know,
I don't want to
time.
be. I don't want to
Time.
be like a sellout, you know.
You're not selling if you break into mainstream.
They are.
You're not really though. We'll keep going for a while, you know. Couple years.
We're gonna need it anyway. We're gonna need the money if we want to do anything.
Yeah, I suppose. Why would you ever think of doing a sequel to this film?
I don't know. You know, how it ended, how would, did we ever do, you know, without it being kind of corny or whatever.
Yeah,
How the film ended, you know.
I
I mean,
think
we could never be in it, and it wouldn't be the same without us.
I think you have to work on this film.
Do
I
it
think
for
we're
the
just
rest.
gonna have to
Finish this first and then worry about that.
Yes.
Wait till
T-shirt
things
sales.
cool down a bit, you know.
Maybe.
Hello, it's me, Colin again. I'm just off set from the Reckless Youth there. And I have to say, it's not gone all according to plan. Say I'm weak mentally at the moment. Things haven't been going right for me. Back in Tinseltown, nothing's panning out for me at all. I'm here in North Dublin here doing this. People that kind of been a bit funny to me. I think they believe it's sex shocker. Obviously not true. It's not in my character at all to do such a thing, and that's frankly be caught doing such a thing. See people there sitting in there. So I have to talk to you there. Personality you've got working here. Ain't being real friendly to me though.
Well,
I mean, I'm not sure under that. Obviously, you can handle say what happened to us in the past
Well-
now, but things like roadies are looking at me.
well, you kind
strange.
of if Sarah gives out to you, you kind of do deserve that. It is that was her sister. But like this whole thing, I mean, that's
Never bothered her before, though.
What's that? This thing about Hollywood. I mean, so what?
That's there. Someone's running me out of town.
Who cares about Hollywood? Like, so what? It's just the tabloids. Everyone gets that from us.
Some big shot.
I mean,
big
if
fat cat is
I
running
was
me
as
out
big
of
as
town.
you, I'd be getting that. But I don't, you know. I mean, you see what Sarah has to put up with, the photographers and all.
I mean, but check out everybody else in Hollywood. What they're doing, I was doing that. I mean, someone's just
Pretty
running me out of
big.
town. Someone's just running me out of town. I'm not happy about it.
The
But
shade.
that's all gone now because I'm working on this project now. Have to get this done. Hopefully do it for you. Enjoy working with you. Like you are a top-notch director now.
Thanks. You're a very good actor now. Best I could have gotten for the
Oh,
role.
stop. So that's it. That's one of the diaries for today. I don't know what date it is. I'm just in the clouds now. What day is it today?
Janie, I don't know. Do you want me to hook up for the next shot? There can be a place.
Okay, I'm on now.
Do you have your, what you call it?
I don't
Your
know.
boots or whatever now?
I think I'm on now. I have to change costume and everything. Okay, hand us that thing over there.
We're not in it very much.
Okay, this is Dude. I'm off set at the Reckless Youth, and I think it's Wednesday today. And I just finished, well, I didn't finish the scene. Me and Dara, you know, we had another argument about how he's filming it again. Things are getting kind of hostile, and it's happening, you know, we're coming close to the end, but there's people not here, and we're having a lot of arguments over how we're going to finish it and how we're going to work through with the people not being here. It's getting tough. I can't seem to agree with what he's saying. I don't know if he knows exactly, I know he started this, I don't know if he knows exactly where he's going to go now. You know, because I think I got closer to Kieran while, you know, talking to him, you know, and I started to decide with him maybe a little more on some of his decisions, and, you know, you're just kind of like, it's kind of ironic, you know, seeing as that's something that happens in the film. I just can't seem to get on with Dara anymore. And, you know, we didn't finish the scene we were supposed to finish today. Scene with me. And I don't know where we're going to go from now. So, might as well see what's going on.
I just had a fight with Dude. He started calling me a bad director. He said I didn't know what I was talking about. Not in exactly those words, but I know what he meant. I'll apologise, so I just kind of lost it. I mean, I asked everyone to keep these logs and diaries, you know, for the making of the Reckless Youth. But I'm not even sure if the Reckless Youth will get made at all now. I mean, I'm doing what I can. I mean, I'm eating this junk, and just to keep going. But I mean, it started off well, but there's just so much mayhem going on, you know. Sarah didn't bother to show up today at all. Doyle didn't come. Andy came down for like 15 minutes. I'm surprised he even knew where we were. I mean, he says he's been helping, you know, doing stuff on the website, but I don't see any difference. And I'm gonna have to go and apologise to Dude now because he was kind of emotional.
Just offset at the moment. You know, it's becoming, you know, hard now considering all the hostility between me and Con. Dude and, you know, the director having a bit of a tiff at the moment. You know, I think he's got to apologise at the moment. It's becoming harder now. The press are after me, photographers, you know, after the whole Vogue cover thing, you know. It's becoming hard. It's becoming extremely hard. I honestly don't think the film's going to be finished. I'm find it hard to fit in with a busy schedule, you know. Find it hard to be here all the time. Especially with Colin on the set. Especially with him on the set. I hate him. I hate him so much. You know, just hard. It's really hard.
Okay, it's Thursday. Well, I think it's Friday today, but things are going well. I don't care about the days. Things are going well now. We're getting things done over the set that has been like this loudspeaker for the last week going, we are not working, but today kind of, we are working. So that really kind of G'd me up now. I think we finished the scene today, like a different scene we're on. We do several at a time, we got one now totally complete. I'm happy now that is going to, again and again, and again and again and again. But, it gets a bit annoying, but he's the director, he has to be. Well, I'm playing racquetball now. Well, not now, but when I get off. Meet your old friend of mine, Richie Rich, or whatever you want to call him. He's the kind of new fan guy after Joseph. Joseph was kind of sacked. Well, he's called sacked now, Joseph was. But he got a bit annoying after a while, all the Jewish sayings and all. Not that I'm prejudiced or anything, but you're gonna plot. Shlamoli and all that. Jeez, like, come on. But still nothing's working. I mean, it's Star's fault as so she's the director, producer, like you have to talk about it. Like things should be working, like for example, the Killabot, Michael Costello on, like lights aren't working on the set, and above all she's like of course she's like why not? That's the second time that's happened now, and it's the first time she's done. Some little girl at the fence did it to me. She must have been reading about the sex shocker or something. Get a towel around here and towels. I mean, come on. Listen. Play racquetball. Half an hour to meet Richie Rick. So like,
you must say, hello, I'm Colin, and this is Bill. We're brothers. We're brothers. We are brothers. It's easy. Jamie, Mac, what was that? That was crap. We've been at this for over an hour. Just do it. Just do the line. We're brothers. Look, do you want me to hold? Look, come here. Look. We're brothers. Do you need me to hold your hand for this? We're brothers. Now, do you want to try? Do you want to try?
we're brothers. I get it.
Yeah, I went on holidays for a couple of weeks because I thought everything was cool. Obviously it wasn't. When I got back, everybody was mad at me and arguing all the time. I don't think they're gonna have me shooting the rest of the film. I'll see what happens.
We're doing a diary for the Reckless Youth, the making of the Reckless Youth, backstage. Everyone's gone home. We had a good lot up today. Andy wasn't up, but we had Sarah, we had Dale and Colin, and they were talking about who they liked, who they didn't like, slagging me a lot. And we were talking. I was telling them that we got a lot of. Well, you got the most emails off that chick anyway.
I did.
One sec. And so we're gonna talk with the cast. What do you think about Field?
Dude, he's cool, he is. Me and him get on very well, he likes a lot of kind of things that I do, I have a lot of common on that,
Shades.
Leave the masses.
What do you think it is?
I don't like it.
Why do you not like it?
It's always nicking me smokes and stuff.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh well. He is kind of weird. He does take things for no reason.
Klepto.
Yeah,
he does have a problem though. It's not like he's just being bad. He does have a problem.
He took the battery the other day. We had to stop filming.
Yeah, I remember. We all remember that. That's not
15-minute hunt.
That's not why we were fighting. That wasn't the only reason we were fighting. It would have been. It was the main, contributing factor to why me and Dale we had that fight. What do you think of Sarah?
She's alright, yeah. Don't know her that well, but she's alright.
Yeah, she doesn't really show up at all. How can
Except
you?
for like, she's a bit big-headed. Don't tell I say that now, but she's a bit big-headed.
She's a bit vain, isn't she?
Slight.
She thinks she's like a glamour model. You know what I mean? I mean, she is bigger than all of us, just because she's a chick. You know, she does get the most fan letters. I mean, we counted. She got double what the rest of us got
We have to give her
altogether.
some respect, so I'll say, yeah.
Yeah, you have to give her respect. I mean, she's good at what she does, and she's the best that we could find. But I mean, she could be a little more modest. You know, what do you think, Sarah?
Don't even know. I haven't even seen him.
Yeah. But what do you think? Like, I mean, you've seen her films.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them. Like, you know, I don't know whether she's good to work with or not. You know. Yeah.
And what do you think of Doyle? I personally think that Doyle's crazy.
Yeah.
He's on the edge. I mean,
Yeah, he's
I'd
big,
kick him
isn't he?
out.
Alright.
I'd kick him out, but I mean, he's just. We need him because no one else.
I mean, even if we weren't making a film, he'd still be doing all the stuff he's doing anyway. Like.
Yeah.
Big time.
I mean, that's why I did take him. He was doing that for free. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
you see him. He jumps off the shed over there when the camera's not rolling. I mean, he jumped off the house with no mattress. You know, I mean, we have the big. It's called an airbag, but it'd be like a bouncy castle full of air. It takes the impact. I mean, we have one of those. I mean, it only takes 5 minutes to inflate, and he doesn't use it. He takes his life into his own hands.
Unnecessary.
What's your favourite scene in the film, Bob?
My favourite scene is it's one where you're walking up the street, like mourning over Kieran's death.
The one where I'm crying?
Yeah,
I knew it. That is the best, isn't it?
I think so.
It is the best. Do you know Sarah and Colin and Dude were all slagging me over that?
Yeah, well, I know.
They were all slagging me. Well, what's your favourite?
I don't really agree with them anyway.
Well, I have to
Them-
say, where he beat the lighties up in the Jazz Race.
That didn't happen.
I'd like it to happen. Now see, my script says different. My script says,
Well, why don't you write a script, alright? See how hard it is. Sorry about that. We were interrupted by a fan who got past the security
somehow,
with a few little,
Yeah.
overweight security guards that we
wouldn't
have.
happen if I was there.
Doyle is with us now. He finally decided to show up for once. You know, he was off getting his eyebrow pierced or some other godforsaken part of his body pierced. What you call it? I just want to say that earlier I was being slagged I was being called the word. I'm not gonna repeat now. It's kind of bad, and I'll be bleeping it out on the finished
Let's
video.
start at 10 o'clock.
I'll stay there. But I just like to say, I mean, really good saying, oh, what was he saying? He was on the cover of USA Today. He wasn't on the cover. I don't know if he was in USA Today, but it wasn't the cover. And McCormick, like bragging about being in Newsweekly, he was only on the cover of Newsweekly because of the whole sex shocker. I mean, he had some chick in his arms, who wasn't his wife. Yeah, I mean, that's why he doesn't have a wife anymore, and it's ridiculous. And Sarah with her Vogue talk, that's just, so what? I mean, get a look. So what if you're on Vogue? Who cares? I mean, I suppose it is a big deal for girls. Like, they do care about their looks a lot. You know what I mean? They're like here on here. Well, I mean, get over it. I mean, if you don't want to be on Vogue, do you?
No.
Chicks magazine. Who cares about that? Piece of junk.
I want to be on GQ.
GQ is for losers. Oh, sorry. You should be on GQ now. All right.
Don't want to be on GQ now.
We were talking earlier. We were getting a lot of letters. I was saying, from fans wanting to talk about the cast and what we think about the cast. So Doyle, what do you think of Bob?
He's cool.
Yeah,
No problem.
yeah, that's cool. I hear what you think about.
He's alright, bit hot tempered,
He is a bit out
Bit of
there.
a
Yeah,
loose.
I mean, no offense. But, I mean, that whole deal. Remember when you were with Spider and all? Gee, that was stupid. What's the deal? One minute you're smashing blocks, and the next minute you're like crying over some spider in your shower. So
It was a big spider, alright? It was a big spider.
A spider's a
Scared of
spider.
spiders.
yeah,
Just
Scared of
compare
insects.
the size of the spider to the size of your foot.
yeah. And it's not gonna kill you. Well, maybe it'd kill you. Also, we were talking about our favourite scenes in the film. Doyle, what's your favourite scene in the film? I'd guess Doyle jumping off a shed, is that it?
Oh yeah.
Doyle jumping off the shed, or some kind of fighting where Doyle takes his life into his own hands. And where have you been before you came here? Like, where you've been gone for weeks. Where
Injured.
the hell you were?
Work. This is work. Acting is work. You should be here every day, on time.
We're all here. You know, what your critics are just, you know, people who couldn't make it as actors. You know, they weren't good enough to make it in the acting world, so they just have to write their columns on it.
Slag off other people that they want to be.
I mean, that guy, or what was her name? Gail Winters, who wrote a column on McCormick, misquoted him. You know, I mean, he was cursing and everything. He never curses. You know, I mean, they just make up. If there's no news on us, they just make it up.
They interview the wrong people. I mean, like, here they are interviewing a dude, like, they shouldn't be interviewing him, they should be interviewing, like, by the reviews guys, you know what I mean?
Earlier, everyone was saying that Kieran's a better actor than
Because
me.
I am a better actor. It's true.
You know,
I don't think so.
What?
I don't think so. I mean, you hardly act enough, like,
What do you mean?
for that to be true, like, you know what I mean?
there's no. I don't think there's such a thing as a better or worse actor. It's just different actors, different styles. You know what I mean? I mean, my style.
Not just flat out. I'm just a better actor.
But
You're full of shit.
I mean, you're not. I mean, you can't say you're better than them because
You've got different roles.
I didn't.
Okay,
like
you can't talk. You didn't get nothing. I was up there with the hot shots.
Look, he's fairly.
I'm only a new actor, like.
I mean, shit, give me a break. No, what are you
I'm
showing
still
me?
better actor than you, so don't
You're-
diss
you're
Doyle.
not, you're not better.
Don't diss Doyle.
I'm not dissing Doyle. I'm just saying, Doyle, you shouldn't be chiming in. You shouldn't encourage him because he's.
But it's true. It's ridiculous. It's true.
I had to fire Joseph today because he wasn't coming in every Saturday. He said that it was for the Jewish Sabbath, Shavuot, something like that. I couldn't put up with it. I mean, I have very little money. I can't, you know, pay enough for everyone in this film, and I certainly can't pay for someone who's only coming in, you know, 6 days a week. I mean, Saturdays usually our busiest day. We usually get the most done. I mean, that's the way that's the way it was in all the other films. And if he can't come in, you know, it's his problem, that's not mine. He shouldn't be in this business. I don't know how he's lasted this long. I mean, I know he's very good friends with Kieran, and Kieran said, you know, he's like a father to him and all the rest, but I've got no room for someone like that in my crew. No way. Earlier today I found out that Joseph died. And I don't blame myself, he was old. He was old. You know. He was an old man. We've just postponed the making of the Reckless Youth for the day because of Joseph Davis, our sound man, who's recently passed on.
Sound man, among other things.
Yeah, he was also
I know, like, you didn't give him enough credit, or you joked about him sometimes, or maybe even took him for granted, you could say. Deep down.
yeah, we see. Deep down, we all loved him. And I think that in honor of his passing, that Kieran, you might
want to give the first statement?
Well, I'd just like to start things off just by saying thank you for like helping me through these times. The past few days, been a bit rough, rocky. It's just like it's been on my mind ever since. Sorry about missing a few shoots and all that.
It's fine. It's fine.
He was like a father, you know. He was like a father figure to me. He was. And
But the show must go on. I mean, it's not the first time I've been hit with a death on set. I mean, yeah, Joseph himself would want us to go on. I feel that.
Yeah. And I think that for the record, I should say that I am feeling a bit bad about the fact that I fired him just days before he died. He died of a heart attack. He was an old man, and I don't think that
he lived a full life now, so.
yeah, I don't think it was because I fired him.
Yeah, but don't blame it on yourself. Like,
But you know, it's
I think it was his time. Like, he was quite healthy, like.
Bit of a wild outfit.
yeah.
I remember once going out with him one night, and I never had so much fun. Like, it wasn't fun, it was kind of just craziness.
Yeah.
Totally just.
He always brightened moods on the set. He always lifted everyone up, and I prefer. That's how he'll be remembered. See, I only fired him because he wouldn't work on Saturdays because of his religious beliefs. And in retrospect, I shouldn't have persecuted him because of his religion. No. I mean, some people would consider me an anti-Semite because of that. And I did get a few letters. And
Couple of bad letters.
they weren't nice letters.
That's why we're holding premiere of Directors hopefully in Israel to show our appreciation to all the
To-
everybody has done.
To commemorate his life.
Joe and everything.
There'll be-
Special previews will be going out to many countries.
The best seats in the
Already set up.
house will be saved for his friends and family. And if there's anything else that I could do for him, I would really.
I don't think you can say any more. I think just unbelievable he's gone. Like what can I say? Lost for words. Words have lost him.
You know, if he is here, you find some funny to cheer something.
Mhm.
Always
The-
find those little jokes and the moment of sorrow.
The irony is that usually in situations like this, Joe would be the one to pick everyone up. And in this case, he's not.
Dude, what's your feelings on Joseph's passing?
Well, you know, it's just a shock to me that he's dead, you know. We worked with him so long, and he's always been good. He's always been great, and it was a shock, you know, that
He was great.
He was fired.
I had to fire him though because
It wasn't working Saturdays, and you know that that's the day we get most things done.
I know, but still, it was a shock to hit all of us, including him. But he was fired, and you know, it's still.
I don't think that the shop would have.
I mean, I couldn't
Given
believe
him a
it when
heart
you came
attack,
to me
no.
and said, you know, Joseph is dead. He died. Couldn't believe it. I mean, I must have known him now. Maybe all my life. He's like been a father to me. He's been a father to all of us. Won't be the same without him.
Well, until Joseph.
How are we going to finish this now? I mean, I know you fired him, but how are we going to work with someone after this?
Well, we have the assistant. I mean, he'll be our sound. Use who I was going to use anyway.
Well, we don't want any more setbacks to this. We can't have any more setbacks to this film. I know this might seem like, you know, I'm not thinking of what's important here, but you would have wanted to see us finish this.
Well, I'd just like to apologise. I still don't think that me firing him had anything to do with his death. I think it was his turn. I'd like to apologise to his family and his friends and Kieran, because Kieran was obviously the closest to Joseph out of all of the cast.
How's Kieran take this? How is he taking? I mean, obviously there's going to be more friction between you. I know you're taking this hard. I mean, I know it's hard on all of us.
I'm fine, it's just
And I have to get on with this.
Kieran's taking it.
And Colin, he puts on a brave face. But Colin puts on a grave face. We know that it's killing him too. And how could this happen to such a great guy? Everything was going so well. How can I begin? Jeez. What can I say after this? I mean, how can I be doing these logs now? Sick of them. What the hell are we doing these logs for? Never wanted to do these in the first place, especially now after this. We could be filming now after this, after his death. You know, I don't mean to be bad, but how can we do these logs now when we're thinking about this? And Kieran, the rest of them. I mean, the rest of them are taking it bad, but Kieran is. I don't know if he's going to be able to do this anymore. I don't know if he's going to be able to do this anymore. And how does he feel towards Darren? I mean, does he blame Darren? I mean, I didn't want to say it down there in front of Darren. I know we will see it now, but I just gotta get this off my chest now. He's partly to blame for his death. I'm not saying he's totally to blame, but this heart attack, this didn't come out of the blue, you know. It was a shock to him and all of us that he was fired. And you know, he was kind of, not past it, but he was getting on in years, and body can't take that. Maybe, jeez, Darryl, I think he was cold to. I don't think he thought of that. You know, we've worked with him for so long. He gets fired because he couldn't work Saturdays, because of his religion. I mean, Darren knew that. You know, we get a lot done on Saturdays, but come on. How are we gonna go on with this? Forget this. I'm sick of these logs.
I obviously wouldn't have fired Joseph had I known he was gonna die. I mean, it's just, I didn't expect it to happen. I mean, I didn't mean it to happen. But the show must go on. You have to keep filming. And I'm gonna get everyone back to work. You know, we can move on after this tragedy. I mean, maybe Kieran will take a week or two off. I don't mind. But, I mean, everyone now is pretending like they liked Joseph. But when he was alive, I mean, they never really spoke to him. They weren't his friend. I was his friend, you know? I mean, I had him for every film I ever did. I mean, I didn't do loads of films with him, but still. I mean, we got along. I mean, I obviously didn't know him as well as Kieran, even half as well, but still. I mean, McCormack talked now how he's the greatest guy in the world. What does he know? He went out with him only once. He only went out once. I mean, he only went out with him because I was there. Because I asked him to. But one thing I will say about Joseph, I'll miss him.
On already.
It's on, is it?
It is on.
It's not. There's
It's
no
on.
red light.
It's on. It's on.
It's not light.
It's on.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. We're just back from the Golden Globes, and best original screenplay, best actor, best how many?
Actor.
How many? Best director, 2 Golden Globes. How many did you get? How many? I got double.
I got. Yeah, but I got.
It doesn't
best.
matter if you're a better actor than me. Double.
I got. No, well, I got best.
Double. And you know what this means for the Oscars?
Yeah, I'm gonna win. Because you got double. I'm getting double next
Roll
time.
on the Oscars. Roll on the Oscars.
I'm getting double next
Roll. Ooh.
Where's my what? Where is it?
Say something at the camera.
Something at the camera.
Don't start this.
Where,
Give me some more.
where's my?
Give me some more. 2,
What?
2.
How do you work this out again? How do you work this out?
We're just back from the Oscars, where I didn't get any Oscars at all, despite being up for 3. And
Well, all the same. I know I didn't get any either, but still, I have to say congratulations, Mark and Ali.
yeah,
He did his part. He didn't get anything but 5%.
it's the only award he won.
He deserved it, you know. Like, he was excellent to us.
I mean, how can you win, you know, a Golden Globe and not get an Oscar? It's just stupid, you know.
Just doesn't
They just believed all the press and all the lies, you know. A rival company, I think, started a rumor
Yeah, I think it was those rumours or something.
that
Because, like,
that I bought the script. I wrote the script. I wrote the screenplay. I wrote everything. I only bought the title. That's all I bought. And they just believed that was in the papers. I'd say that's why we didn't get it. You know.
I still can't believe of all these ceremonies and all that went on. Like, none. I got very little credit for the action scenes. All the action sequences.
Yeah.
That I had to choreograph and everything. What did I get? A few, like a pat on the back in FHM magazine or something, you know?
It's just, it wasn't like what happened. Someone was out to get us from the start. You know, me McCormick, all the rumours flying about him. You know,
It's never
Sarah,
good.
all the tabloids saying that she was with every single one of us. I mean, they said me and Sarah, Kieran and Sarah. You know, they just went through everyone.
Like an
you know.
exaggeration, like it gone too far. You know?
Yeah, it wasn't right what happened. It wasn't right. Oh, I don't want to sound immodest, but we should have won. We should have won.
I think I should have got some anyway.
Best picture.
Best some.
No one could have put in as much work as we have, and no one could have.
Like, we
with the
showed
money
up.
that we had, they couldn't have done what we did. No way.
Like we were
No
put up.
way.
Like how many times were we nominated?
way.
What did we get?
I mean, we got MTV awards, which I didn't even go to. You know, the only person who went to the actual award ceremony was Dude. And you know, there was the BAFTAs, the Cannes Film Festival, the Golden Globes. You know. I mean, we were all there for the Oscars. You know, full tuxedos, all the rest. They're just going back in the wardrobe now. So,
I don't think actually for like I don't know. Like what was that? Film Review magazine called me up saying that they wanted a little interview about what I think of the Oscars and all, but like they asked me earlier on, and I says I wait until see what happens, you know. And I was like after that, I don't think there's any point really now. If they see this video, that's all they need to see, you know.
sure.
They could tell by the expression on my face that I was not too pleased in the results of those Oscars.
No one was.
Right.
What is that, camera or something?
Yeah. Fans. You know, I mean, they all like the film. Everyone I know liked the film. You know, I'm surprised he didn't ask for an autograph. The reason why I think that we didn't get an Oscar is because the papers or whoever started the rumor, I don't know. They started a rumor that I held a play on in my college that had that script, that this was originally play, and that I would be disqualified because of that. That's not true.
Which is completely false. Everything about that is false.
I can tell you now, you can check any records. Yes, in college plays were put on and students wrote them and all the rest. But when I was in college, I didn't put on even one play. You know, I wrote plays and all the rest, but I never actually put one on. You know, plays aren't my thing.
So it is
Plays,
an original
no.
screenplay.
Yeah, it could
So
have.
you totally deserved it.
If it can win a Golden Globe, then it can qualify for an Oscar. That's their problem, not mine. This is gonna be the last scene of the Reckless Youth. Hopefully,
Definitely.
we'll get it and do it. You know, if we become wrestlers,
Yeah, when we become wrestlers,
we're gonna have to have that.
yeah, we can act.
Well, no, like I mean, not just act, like really, really well act, like Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, kind of like.
Yeah, because I'm like Matt Damon, you're like Ben Affleck.
No, I'm Matt Damon. You're Ben Affleck.
No, I'm Matt Damon. Oh yeah. It's like, you're tall with dark hair. And you're Ben Affleck. No. I'm Matt Damon. I mean, I'm the better actor and I'm smarter than you.
What makes you think you're a better actor? And how does that make you Matt Damon? Just because he played a genius in Good Will Hunting makes him smart in actuality?
That's exactly what I think.
I'm Matt Damon.
Yes, that's it. That's the last scene done. Time to go to the after crew. What's it called? The party with the rest of the crew. Frat party. Yo. Wee! Okay, so please don't see. This is Dara Sloan here, director of The Reckless Youth. We've finished everything now, and I'm just editing and that kind of thing. I hope you enjoyed the film, but this will be at the end of the making, and I haven't actually seen any of the footage that the others have recorded. I hope they've done their logs regularly, so I can have some to make, because I wanted to make making The Reckless Youth after the actual film. Already the Reckless Youth has scooped a few awards, and it's gone through its good times and its bad times, but I still think that it was worth shooting, and I'm really pleased with what he made. Thanks very much.